Lars Lindstrom, Hangtown. A lot to unpack today, but obviously first, the real story, Jett. How is he? Are you surprised he was as good as he was in the second moto? Just wrap up his day for us.
Yeah, I mean, it started off really good. I mean, being fastest in practice, both sessions. I think he had like the first, second, and third fastest lap. So I mean, it was kind of a normal day for him. And then I think he was just super confident and felt really good. And obviously, both him and Hunter 1-2 on the start again in the first moto. And that section that they had that he crashed on, they had changed that a few times during the day. It was a double, triple type thing that he was one of the only guys doing. And I think that that first lap coming down the hill, I think he just felt confident enough that he could do it, and just came up really short and wasn't able to hang on to the bike, and had a pretty violent crash. And when he did that, he came off the side of the bike, and the foot peg dug into his leg in his thigh area, and put a pretty decent sized chunk out of, basically if you took the foot peg and just stuck it right there, that's what it looks like, and our foot pegs are sharp, obviously. So it kind of gave him a dead leg, and he had a hard time, like getting kind of his leg to just start working again, it sounded like. And so it took a while for him to get up, and obviously with that kind of an impact too, it just kind of beat him up overall. So he got back going again, but so far down, and kind of ran out of I don't want to say energy, but his body kind of didn't really give him everything he needed for that moto, I guess. So we only get 24th, but luckily, it's not something broken. It's not something that's going to keep him from racing. So struggle through the day, get through the second moto. Luckily, we have awesome help from Doc G to get him the best possible condition for the next moto. And congrats to Chase Sexton. I mean, he crushed it today. That was an awesome second moto for him. First and second moto, obviously, but second moto especially. And we're just going to have to regroup, get better, get the bike a little better, and come back next week.
Do you expect Jett to still be a little weak next week? This obviously isn't going to heal itself overnight.
I think this is a kind of injury that will heal quickly. Sort of like when he got hit by Barsha. It's very similar, actually, because that one caused his leg to go numb also, which is odd. But I don't think it'll be that much, obviously we knew it was going to be a tough battle with Chase anyways. So I think that it'll be interesting to see next week where we're at, and try to start gaining some points back.
In a weird way, is this good? This refocuses Jett. He's got a character chase now. Is there a positive way of looking at this?
I think the positive way of looking at it is for all the fans and the sport itself, and seeing if Jett can gain those 24 points back that we're down right now. And obviously, I think he can, and it's going to be really, really exciting. So that's going to be cool to see. But that's about all the positivity I see in it. So
I know Jett struggled with bike setup at Parla. I heard that there were big improvements this week. So was he happy today? And can you expand on the improvements at all?
Yeah, I think that last week's track, which we tested on the exact same track, a couple days later, we made improvements at that track. This track is a little different because of the uphills and downhills that put so much pressure on the bike coming down the hills with big bumps. So you're always searching. I mean, but I think the bike was good today. I don't think he really was. He definitely didn't use that as any kind of excuse of his result. I think that Hunter was home in Florida and just basically rode what we had worked on with Jett. And we need to do a little more work with him to try to get him more comfortable.
Are they struggling with similar stuff, or are they on different ends of the spectrum?
Well, today, like I said, Jett was pretty happy. I don't think he was first moto. Didn't really get a chance, to see how it was when the track was at that condition. Because practice, the track was relatively smooth. In the second moto, he said he felt good until his body just said, no, we're done for today. And so I think for him it was okay. Today I think was a lot down to lines in my opinion, and like the second moto, Chase had some really good ones, and of course he had an awesome flow going, which Jett did also in the beginning until he ran out of energy or his body gave up. So I think he's relatively happy with the bike. We're always tinkering with it and trying to get it better, but I don't think that it's going to hold us back.
Last thing, Hymas has been a revelation so far. He was impressive in Supercross even with his raw pace. He's now turning that into results. This is what you've wanted to see all along, I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as an amateur, he was one of the top prospects. I mean, that's why he's on our team. I think that he's struggled for a while. You know, he didn't really get that many races under his belt. There was always something or another. You know, we only did 4 races in Supercross that kind of per the plan, which was good. And then the outdoors, he got hurt relatively quickly. But he, you know, even then, he had already had a third, not an overall, but he had a third in the Hangtown or Colorado Moto, sorry, and was running good at Mount Morris until he fell. So he's got speed, and now with the things that he's figured out with his body, he's got endurance too. So he's, you know, becoming quite a weapon, you know, and I think it's, you know, first moto, great hole shot, and I mean, he works really hard, so I'm really, really happy for him. I'm hoping that he keeps, you know, ticking those boxes off, and now, you know, I told him after the first moto, I mean, he's kind of one of the guys, you know, like he's becoming one of the guys that, and you know, when you get that confidence in yourself and you know you can do it and you should be doing it, then you can do it, you know, and you will. So it's really, really exciting to see that happen, and super stoked for him.